Hello, I'm Ed King, aka Rusty, and this is another one of my dumpster diver videos, one of my amateur videos. I have to keep my voice low here because family's in bed, but this is about the only time I can make videos like this without interruption. So, with no further ado, let's get on with it. This little box contains an item I've been waiting for almost a month. It was coming in from China, and I bought it on eBay. I did some research on the company and checked the customer reviews and all that, and I know what some of you are thinking, oh yeah, but they pay people to, I know all that, but judging by what I read and what I've researched, I thought I would take a chance, and it's starting to look like it was a good choice. It isn't always a wise thing to purchase items on eBay. This was advertised as new and open box, and I believe it. There are a number of reasons why I believe it. I believe that it's a genuine LSI 9267 Mega Raid card. No instructions, nothing fancy, no manual, just the card with the brackets, and I'm unboxing it for you. I did have it open to inspect the card, but let's have a closer look at it. First of all, there's the low profile bracket, handy for low profile cases, and then the card itself. First of all, I don't know if you can see this, but it is really clean. The labels are not discolored in any way. Everything is properly labeled, even right down to, pardon me, the, I don't know if the camera can show that because of the shadow, but even down to the ports being labeled 0 through 3 and 4 to 7. All the original labeling looks like it's there, PXL, all the serial numbers. It really does look like it's just as advertised. No indications of any refurbishing, no scar marks, any scratches on the terminals. All the terminals are intact, and no discoloration. Frankly, I don't think this has ever been in a running machine, except maybe in testing. Judging by the labels, I would say that this LSI card from China, where they're manufactured, by the way, is the real deal. I paid $35.07 Canadian for it, including shipping. I could probably put down a link, maybe in my video, so that others might know where to get it, and we'll see what happens. I'll have to test it, make sure it runs correctly. Now, I've seen this card go for about 1,000 Canadian, and you may be wondering, well, what's so big about this card? Well, first of all, you can put a breakout cable on the back here on these two ports, which would give you 8 SATA ports to run the card on very efficiently. It provides its own BIOS, hence you can see the huge heat sinking, good heat sink on it. I've used LSI cards before, and I'm going to put this, believe it or not, in a gaming unit. It's going to be a backup, well, facilitate anyway, some backup drives I want to connect it to 4 Western Digital Velociraptor mechanical hard drives. And yes, I should be bringing up some eyebrows, but the hard drives are going to be used for backup. And on the flip side, on the other port, I mean to be running about 4 terabytes in RAID. Now, I know some of you are thinking, RAID is not backup. Technically, no. But RAID can be backup when it's used as backup. When you're mirroring your data, you're definitely running a backup of sorts. Yeah. So there it is. We're going to test this unit, and hopefully I will have, pardon me, a successful venture here. It's looking good. It's really looking good. Alright, so first things first. Right here, this is the unit we're going to be putting this into. This is the RAID cage. It's an iStar USE, commercial grade, docking bay, if you want to call it, RAID cage, whatever have you. And I'm going to have 4 Velociraptor, well actually I already have 4 Velociraptor drives in that cage, and they will be connecting to the LSI 9267 RAID card that I showed you earlier. Now, I've got a card in here already, an LSI 9211, which I had for over a decade. These are my breakout cables here, okay, for the first port, and I have the other ones connected to the RAID cage. I'm going to be putting those on a Seagate Barracuda array, and in here, down here is the LSI RAID card. I don't know that you can see it that clearly. It served me well, but unfortunately, after about a decade, it started losing ports. So I'm not sure what caused it. It really served me well, but I'm definitely upgrading with the other card. Now LSI, some of you know, they don't exist anymore technically. They were bought out, I believe, by Broadcom, and these cards are in turn bought out by a company called Abengo, I believe. But they're not little kitty cards. They're not, you know, virtual RAID. They're the real McCoy. They provide their own interface, you know, their own little BIOS, pre-BIOS, whatever you want to call it, and very handy for setting up RAID arrays outside of, you know, depending on your manufacturer's motherboard, or you know, the virtual RAID that you'll get with say a company like Intel. This is an AMD build, and the software that they gave me with the build did not behave, and you may have seen this unit in some of my other videos. But so we're going to begin by removing the LSI 9211 card, and I'm going to really just show you, if I can, how easy it is to remove the card. It's really not that hard. I just need to get to one screw, which is in here, through here. I could take off the thing, but I could probably do it from here, but probably easier for me. Hold on, I'm going to put the screwdriver in the screw and then hopefully point the camera to where I'm doing it. See? I don't know how much light. I could have probably given you better lighting, but this is an amateur video, so amateur we are. It's loose, but I suppose it needs a little bit more twist. Now, you may have noticed my old monitor there. That's not the monitor that this PC will be running on. Not nearly. That's my good old Philips, you know, they don't make them like they used to. My good old Philips utility monitor. There we go. Now, I just have to see if see how loose that is? I can just pull that right out. Just like that. That's how easy it is to remove it. Now, of course, I have to remove the ports. I don't have the hands free for that while I'm holding the camera. But that's the card, the LSI 9211. I feel kind of sad about pulling this card because this card has served me so well and has done so well, but unfortunately it's losing ports, and I can't have that. So I think I found an incredible deal with the purchase I made at that price for $35.07, including the shipping. I just had to wait a long time for it to come from China, and where they're manufactured anyway. And yeah, replace this card with that card. I like RAID. Some of you are probably thinking, what is this guy doing? Putting a RAID array in a gaming PC. Well, there are some advantages in terms of backing up data, and you know, this is a custom-made gaming PC for me, and I guess I'm not hardcore gamer, but I like to keep my data no matter what kind of PC I have. And I know people say, well, you know, RAID is not backup. Well, it can be, and especially when you backed up your backup. And then RAID can really be backup. And I have full intentions of making drive images of what I've backed up, including that. But as an example, my wife has been, she's an avid gamer. She has RAID 0 in her PC. It's been running fine for her for, well, 5 years, going on 6, I don't know. Long time, a very long time. Not a problem with it. Okay, and that's because she does backups, you know. And if you lose your operating system, yeah, you lose your operating system. But if you have backups, it doesn't matter because you've got your data backed up, right? So your personal data isn't lost anyway, and you can rebuild your array or replace the defective piece or whatever you want, and then just, you know, write your backup back to your hard drives. So it's not really that serious a deal. There's all these horror stories going around about how dangerous RAID 0 is. RAID 0 is really good in gaming. That striping is a wonderful thing to use if you know, you want the latency. But I'm going to be clear here. You know, if you want to avoid the, you know, the high latencies or whatever it is, you want low latency, striping in RAID 0 might be a thought. But that's mechanical hard drives, right? Well, you could do this with SSDs as well, but what's the point? In this world of NVMe, I have 2 1 terabyte sticks of NVMe. Yes, my operating systems are going on my NVMe. There's no question about that at all. But my data is definitely going on mechanical hard drives for the capacity, and you know, and storage, and I'll definitely be backing up my backup. But if you don't back up your backup, you don't really have a backup. All right, so the good thing about backing up your backup is that you don't have to worry about whether it's RAID 0, RAID 5, RAID 10, or whatever. As long as you've got it backed up, you're good. Okay, anyway, I didn't want to labor that, but I just thought I'd show you what I'm putting it into, how easy it was with one screw to just pop that card out, right? And I'm just going to disconnect it, but I need free hands to do that. The breakout cables from the port, which will be going into the other card. So there it is. I wish I had a little bit more light. Maybe I could get some light, put the camera in a position where you can see me install the card. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll try that. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I found a light that I could put inside the case so that you get a picture, a better picture anyway, of what I'm doing. And I'm hoping I can show you how I remove the cables, the breakout cables from the card. I wanted to show you something else. It was given to me some time ago by my wife's mother. It's a little closet light, and features magnet on the back. How fancy that, razor blade, and it's got a hook for hanging. And this thing has proven itself to be so handy for me. They're inexpensive little items. You probably find them in a dollar store or something, but I found this thing to be tremendously helpful in computer builds when you need to see inside and you need to hook it on something, and regular flashlight doesn't quite work out so well, or you know, you want to have both hands free. So it's a it's a thought. Now I don't know how well this camera is going to show you what I'm doing here. I'm pulling this card back a bit. Let's see. Am I seeing? Yeah, you can sort of see what I'm doing. But yeah, I would really like, I want to blind the viewer to what I'm doing. But perhaps maybe what I'll do is unclip it and I'll show you close up. Maybe that will work. But essentially what it is there are clips underneath, and you press the clip right here, like there's a clip there, and the cable will release. So I don't know what you're seeing. I mean, even though the card is defective, I would like to go gentle with the card, but I want you to see the clips, and I hope you can see the clips. There's a clip here and a clip here, and those are the ones you press down to release the cable. Press down on the clip and pull out the cable. Press down on the clip and you pull out the cable. Much like SATA. They are a little different than a standard SATA cable. But remember, each one of these cables is carrying 4 data lines to I believe it's called mini SAS. So I'll move this over here, and there you go. That gives you an idea. There's the clip on the back. I hope you got the idea. Just depress the clip, pull the cable out, or the connector. It slides out very easily when it's unclipped, and it goes into the card, of course. So this is the card that is being replaced, and I'm going to miss it, I guess, but it's not quite as good as the other card. you know, I bought it used, but it served me for, you know, a decade, and that's pretty good. So now we're going to replace it with a shorter card, but definitely a better quality card. At least I like to think so. And that will be going inside. Now hopefully you'll be able to see how that is done. I try not to make any contact with the terminals that plug into the PCIe. Just the oils from your fingers can affect. So it just goes into the slot. And did you hear that click? And she's plugged in. It's a shorter card, but I believe it will do the job. And that's all. Except I have to put the screw in, clip the cables in. Now, that's the thing. I should have looked at the numbers, how it's labeled. I believe that, yeah, I'll pull it back out and have it I just want to make absolutely sure that these are the newer type PCIe. Yeah, so the one toward the back, just as I suspected, it says 0 to 3. You know, computer language 0, 1, 2, 3, right? You don't start with 1, you start with 0. So gently, I don't like forcing anything. And there it is, it's plugged back in. Just making sure that it's a good fit. Yeah, okay, so the one closest to the express slot is the beginning. That's where your 0 is. So now I want to make sure that I've got the right breakout cable connected to the right, some would say, port. Okay, so this would be the secondary breakout cable. I could maybe give you a close-up on that. What it looks like, the mini SAS. Okay, so that one's going the closest to us. And the primary, if we dare use that word, will be the other one I'm trying to wrestle out here. It will, that one goes to the RAID cage I showed you. And there. That should be able to show the camera something, I hope. And I have it lined up, but there we are. Okay. There's that click that I was listening for. That's important. You don't hear that click, something's wrong. You listen for that click. You make sure that that's snapped in properly. Otherwise, it may not register the data. You may not have a connection. You may not be able to see any indication of, you won't be able to read your data. Okay. All right, so now, and this is the secondary. This is the one that goes 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, remember the reason 7 is because you began with 0. So there's 8 ports there. I won't be using all of the ports, but I will be using most of the ports. Maybe later on if I want to put more in. This thing has a lot of storage already. 2 NVMe's at 1 terabyte each, that's 2. 2 more mechanical drives, 2 terabytes each. So that's 6 terabytes. And then I've got my Samsung 860 Pro in there. That's going to be a data line. And my Tauros, or Taro, I don't know how to pronounce that, Taurosis SSD for my Linux. Yeah, I would say that, and then of course the RAID cage with the Western Digital Velociraptor mechanical drives. I would say I have a lot of storage. I don't think I really need more storage for this entertainment unit. But, you know, videos, movies, music, it all adds up. So, you know, I don't think I really have too much either. Yeah, I really do like to back up my data. But I don't like waiting days and days and days for my data to back up either. This is a compromise, you know. That's why I'm using Velociraptors, not standard. That's why I'm using RAID 0. Things definitely write a lot faster with RAID 0. So, you know, there it is. I just wanted to show you that. Next video, we'll have a look and see if it actually works. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned now, before that camera falls, on my amateur dumpster divers PC videos. God bless you and thanks for watching. Okay, I decided I'd put the camera on my tripod and try to, pick up my amateurism a little bit here. And I've got the card in. I've got the screw in the bracket that holds the whole LSI card in. One single screw, and just screw it into the side. The same one you saw earlier, or you saw me take it out. So I don't think I have to show you that. I suppose I could move that salt shaker and my daughter's water cup out of the view, but I don't think it matters that much. But see if I can zoom in a little bit here more. All right, let's see what happens. Now, I don't expect a lot to show up right now because with LSI cards, there are a number of processes you have to go through before you set it up correctly to configure it. And it may not even see the drives, but I want to see if the computer sees the card and the card sees the computer. So let's see what happens. We'll turn the PC on, and the PC turns on. All fancy schmancy, Republic of Gamers. Yeah, that's nice. There we are, LSI Mega RAID. SAS, MSFI BIOS. Don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read that too clearly, but maybe we can zoom in on that a bit. I don't know. That will make it hard to read or what. Perhaps maybe what I should do. Okay, hold on. What is it saying here? It's saying all kinds of things. Oh, it's seeing drives already. It's seeing, it's seeing what the other card saw. Perhaps maybe my LSI card isn't going. I wonder why it's only seeing two the Western Digital Velociraptors and not 4 of them. And I know the cables are alright because I checked those. Well, looks like I have some configuring to do. But that was fast and that was nifty, and I know the card works anyway, so I don't know if you really want to view me fighting with this new card, because trust me, I haven't a clue. It's been so long since I've configured these, and it's probably a different configuration. But you could watch me horse around with it for a while if you like. I could set it up and I'll set up the camera so that you can see what's happening on the screen while I chitter chatter and see what shows up. I don't know. I do not know why those other two drives are not appearing, but it is definitely showing drives, which surprises me already that I don't have to do anything. Okay, all right, so I'll move the tripod, I guess, then, and make this another one of my unprofessional smash crash amateur type. I have to set this up somehow so that I can really zoom in. Never mind the sunflowers. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but well, let's see here. Smash, crash, bang, boom. Brute force this tripod, sunflower, computer. What it is, I'm trying to make it so that you will be able to read the monitor, right? And hopefully my big head won't get in the way. That's one of the other things I'm a little concerned about as I type. Oop, I don't know what I did there. Can I move it in a little bit more? All right. It's black. I'll move the mouse and see what happens. Okay. It's the flip side advocator. That's me. That's a picture of me, believe it or not. Hand drawn. I know the artist who did that. And I probably have the picture somewhere in my stuff, but who knows? It's been a long time. I scanned that picture. Hand drawn. Hopefully you'll be able to read the screen. I don't know, but anyway, I don't have a capture card, at least not yet, and I don't know if I want one, but so all right. The first thing I'll have to do is reboot the computer. Restart anyway. And I don't know if it's Control I, Control C. Doesn't want to restart. Restart anyway, I said. But we'll find out on the command. What I should be typing in to get into the interface for the LSI card. Okay, control is not telling me. It's initializing the devices. Now that usually takes a little while, but kind of saw it there. I don't know if maybe I put it in a state of shock because they were configured for an LSI card. Okay, yeah, Control C. Press or C to load the configuration utility. Okay, now, oh, no. Press Control H. That's a little bit different instruction there, but I don't know if it caught that. I don't know if it caught that command. Doesn't look like it did. This is what I mean. You know, I could jibber jabber and bore you and stuff like that with all this, but yeah, I'm getting used to this new card, and we'll work it out together. Control H, that's a new one. I'm used to Control C. Old school. But I saw Control C here, so I'm not exactly sure what the deal is. But I've got a video now, so I can pause it and read it, and initializing devices. Generally that takes a while, but it was pretty fast. But I think it's because the devices were configured on the other LSI card. 2012, that's kind of old there. Okay, C, entering the configuration Utility in this state will result in drive configuration changes. Press Y to continue leading the configuration utility. Okay, good. So it's just C, not Control C, just C. That's different. No problem. There's no data on the drive. There, yes. Okay, now this is what it sees. It looks like it saw all the drives, but as soon as that happened, this happened. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. That's new. Hey, where's my business? Okay. I guess I have to be really quick here. See, newer is not always better, people. Newer is not always better. This card here gave me time. It gave me time. You know, I got to read it and think about what I wanted to do. But this is restart anyway. Trying to get into my interface for my, I don't know, I guess it would, GUI would be the right terminology. These days I'm scared, you know, what to say because it's not that. They don't call it that anymore, you know. So, so I just press C, do I? That's kind of interesting. Build, I think the card needs flashing. That's October 11, 2012. Are you kidding me? That is long ago. My other one. Yeah. Okay, press Y. Okay, will it stay there, please? No, it doesn't stay there. Well, what do I do to make it stay there? That's kind of crazy because as soon as I do that, it just automatically wants to boot to the operating system. How do I stop that? Do I disconnect the operating system? Oh man, this is going to be very interesting. So maybe what I should do is fiddle with it and make a video showing this when I know what I'm doing, because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. This is a new thing I'm getting used to. My other one never did that. Never automatically booted to the operating system. Never, 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 never. I had to, you know, boot out, restart the computer, you know, like before I would go into the operating system. At least I've got C figured out, but then after C, okay, so we'll take this a little slow. You don't have to watch this video, you know, I understand that, but I thought, you know, for those who are curious, it's initializing devices. I'm glad it sees the drives, but it may need a flash. With a date like that, October 11, 2012, it may need I may need to flash it. Yeah, I don't know if it's reading C, but press any key to continue or C to load the configuration utility. Now, if I press any key, will it load the configuration utility? That's the question, right? Like, for example, if I hit enter, will it load the configuration utility? Because it seems to be ignoring C, so entering the configuration utility in this state will result in drive configuration changes. Press Y to continue loading the configuration utility, or please power off your system. Okay, well, if I press Y, it jumps ahead on me. So I'm going to press Y. Maybe I should press YC, you know, like. No, well, I don't know. That was fast, right? That was really fast, and that's kind of disturbing that it jumped out of there like that. So I don't know. I heard it. I don't think it's broken. I think it's working. It's just that, yeah. Perhaps I'll need to get the software for it. I don't know, but at least it sees the drives. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video if you struggled with me this far, but it's a success in that it sees the computer sees the drives, and all of the drives. I can see that now, and it just needs some configuration. I know there's configuration software for this to be had somewhere, but I also know that this can be done from the BIOS. It doesn't have to be. You don't need the fancy. I've never actually done it with software, by the way. I've always done it with made all my configurations, everything, just right from the interface. But there it is for now, and I'll get back to you on this. Once again, thanks for watching, and God bless you.